everybody, and welcome to another Winter 2014 S.W.A.T review. My name is Alan, otherwise known as Hisui.
I'm Kate, otherwise known as Narataki.
And we are from ReverseThieves.com, and you can go there and get many magnificent blog posts every week, as well as a bunch of other podcasts.
This time we're looking at Nisekoi from Shaft, and is streaming on Crunchyroll and Daisuke. It is about this fake romance that pops up between a guy and a girl who both have Yakuza families, and there's going to be a war between the families. So the heads, both their fathers who are old friends, are like, to prevent this war, let's have our kids get together, and that'll like basically make everybody else fall in line. But that doesn't really happen until basically the end of this episode. So the episode is more about them meeting for the first time because she transfers into the school and they don't get off to such a good start. They spend a good portion of the episode looking for this necklace that she inadvertently loses for him by kneeing him in the face while jumping over a fence. So it's a comedy romance. There's not like some deep plots or anything going on. Of course, there's another girl because he has this childhood friend promise thingamajig. I thought at first it was going to be like a love hina where you didn't know who the childhood friend girl was, but you find out instantly pretty much in the episode. So that I was like at least pleased that we know who it is, but also then it made me really worried that like not until like the second to last chapter will it be revealed to him.
I think we should talk about the elephant in the room, which is the thing that you saw commented on most, which is the studio is Shaft, and it has a very Shaftian style to
the animation. Anybody who reads my Twitter knows that I'm just not much of a fan of the studio in general. But putting that aside, like a lot of the elements in the show just didn't seem like necessary or thoughtful. In fact, a lot of times I found it kind of distracting from what I was really supposed to be focusing on in the scenes.
I feel like somebody told the director that he had to use the house style, and he did, but he doesn't understand how the house style works. So he understands, oh, I'm supposed to do it this way and direct things that way, but he doesn't really get how to do it. So he's been copying someone else's homework, so he doesn't understand the meat of it.
And even without that, though, the animation quality is really low. Like, it's really poor. And again, maybe they were trying to sort of cover that up by doing some of these more artistic, I guess we could say, elements. I felt like the animation was really poor. I could still tell, especially in like the character animation and their faces and things like that. So I think that's a big mark against it, especially just because it's kind of it's a comedy, but it's also like a character-focused romance story. So like if you're like, it seems like there's not a lot of other elements, so you need the characters to be like really on it, I think, at all times. As far as the character personalities goes, I don't know. The main girl, who is half American, like, she veers a little into tsundere modes, but at the same time, I at least appreciate that the guy gives back as much as she gets. Like, I don't mind if two characters argue a lot if they're both, like, really strong about it. And especially because I love the idea of, like, these two delinquents that have to pretend that they're together and then they fight all the time. Like, I actually would really enjoy that. But then at some point in the episode, someone's like, all the girls in the school are like, oh, you're so nice to her. I'm like, he is? Because I'm glad we haven't seen that, because that would make me hate this. But most of the time he's like, them arguing is at least, like, I felt like he gave as good as got, so.
I feel like it was supposed to be, you guys are always around each other. When, like, we haven't seen your conversation, but we always see you together, that must mean that you two are sweet on each other.
But the girl that he likes in class was like, you're so nice to her.
Oh.
She, like, says that directly, so I was just like, I don't want him to be nice to her.
It's so funny? It's consequential.
Oh, yeah, that poor girl. I mean, the minute I saw her, I was like, oh, you lose. You lose. You will lose this battle. Like, I'm considering this show to be about the fake romance and not, like, the girl he actually likes. Like, that is so not this show.
If anyone is rooting for you, they are obviously rooting for a doomed. Yeah, she seems so plain, like she should in fact be, like, third background character. Except
for that weird hair.
Yeah.
Like, that they forgot to cut at the supercuts that she went to, apparently.
Like they were just doing such a bad job. She's like, stop. No, I'll give you money. Just let's end this haircut right here.
She ran out in the middle of it. Probably to help this guy that she likes. That's not so secret. The show made me want to go read the manga. So maybe, like, that's what you should do instead of watching this.
Yeah, I mean, it's Jump, so, like, it's not like those volumes are really hard to find or anything.
I guess it just didn't seem like anything was really great about it being animated, and in fact, it might be deterring somewhat from if the series, is actually good. So, like, because I've been curious about the series and just kind of waited for the anime, and now I'm like, well, I don't want to watch that, but I will definitely pick up the first volume of the manga and find out, like, what it's really all about.
Yeah, it's just really kind of... I feel like if the manga is really popular, this is the kind of thing where it's like, by the way, we're rebooting it under a new studio. Wah, 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 wah. Or like, second season, done by a totally different studio.
Yeah, I could see that.
I don't know how popular it is in Japan. Oh well, see you guys next time.